So you know what's funny? My computer is really loud, so I actually had to push it all the way over there. So I actually tried to do this like not a long time ago, like 2 days ago I tried to do this because my friend told me that I should do this. And basically what she did was on Facebook, there's like the survey of like a list of the 10 of your favorite songs ever. So I was like, all right, I'll do that. But instead, I'm going to kick it up a notch. Instead of 10, I'm going to do 15. And instead of my entire life, I'm going to do this year. So this is the 15 most awesome, epic songs of all time this year so far, in my opinion. The first one is by a guy you might have heard of. His name is Lupe Fiasco. The song is called All Black Everything. Now, you know, it's off of his album Lasers, which actually, on the whole, wasn't really that great of an album. That wouldn't really make my top 10 list of this year. But this song, in particular, really struck a chord with me because it really just talks about an alternate reality over all the things that could have happened if black people actually immigrated here instead of were brought here by the slave trade. It's a really cool thing if you like that kind of like theory crafting and like looking at alternate perspectives. I definitely would recommend that track if you like that kind of music. Good song. The other one is by a lady called Lykke Li. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. Lykke Li, something like that. But the song is called Get Some. It's off of her second album, Wounded Novels, and that's a great album, actually. I really enjoyed that album. This album's gotten a lot of praise. Her last album's got a lot of praise. I actually got onto Lykke Li by listening to Drake's mixtape, So Far Gone, and I am so glad I did because she is amazing. Absolutely amazing artist. If you like indie pop, that's totally within your territory. Good music, good music. The next one is kind of cheating. It's by Penny and the Quarters, and it's called You and Me. It's off of the soundtrack of Blue Valentine. And actually, I really enjoyed that movie. Not enjoyed like, oh my god, this is the best movie ever, but enjoyed it as in like, it made me think, and like, it indulged into my heart, and it just wrenched it out and pulled it apart. But we're not talking about the movie. What I'm talking about is the song. And really, when you listen to the song, what you want to do is you want to put it into a metaphor. And how I do it is I put it into a metaphor of music. So you being music and me. And it's just, oh, it like personifies how I feel about music. You know, I mean the lyric, nobody baby but you and me. Sometimes I feel like if there was nothing else in the world and I just had my music, I would be alright. Alright, so the next song is by an artist, or actually a group that if you're prominent on YouTube you definitely have heard of. They're called Pamplemousse, which is French for grapefruit. I really got hooked onto them because I used to work for Hyundai, and they did a whole bunch of Hyundai commercials. I listened to them. What they do is they're called video songs, and they take instruments and mash them together. Basically, what you see in the music video is what you hear in the song, which is awesome. So everything that you see in that music video, they put it onto a track, they put it in the Final Cut or whatever they put it onto, and then they edit it out and make it into a real track, which is, that's so cool. So cool. And Natalie has an absolutely amazing voice, in my opinion, my humblest opinion. And Jack, he's a great composer. I love his compositions of what he does with the music. This song is called Monster Mask, and Monster Mask is great because it's a cover of somebody else's song, but what they did was they made it into something of their own, which I really loved about it. And when you listen to the lyrics, they're just so depressing, but Natalie sings them in such a happy way that it makes you forget how depressing it is. It's a song about loneliness and isolation and feeling outcasted, hence the name Monster Mask. But amazing, absolutely amazing. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. The next one, and it's probably gonna make some of you guys be like, what? But it's by an artist named Kiri Pamu Pamu, and the song is called Pon Pon Pon, which roughly translates in Japanese as clap, clap, clap. But, you know, I'm a big fan of, you know, Japanese pop music, and you know what? That's what I am. And honestly, this song and this video, for that matter, personifies, well, not personifies, I would actually just say that it is the best that Japan has to offer for this year so far that I've seen. I mean, The video is absolutely amazing. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. P-O-N, P-O-N, P-O-N. I mean, it takes weird and cute to a whole nother level. Like, honestly, you guys need to check it out. The song itself is really catchy. I don't know what the hell she's saying, but I don't need to because I love the composition, I love the instruments, and I love her singing. All of that put together, it's just catchy. Enough said. The next one that I have is by Adele, and it's a remix of Rumor Has It by Digital Labs and Pedro Henriquez. This song is just amazing. By itself, it's amazing. And actually, to be completely honest with you, although 21 will probably make it on my top 10 list of albums of this year, probably I wouldn't say any of the songs would probably make it on my top 10 list. I don't know why, but this song remixed easily makes it on the list because I don't know why. It turns that song that's already an anthem into a bigger anthem than it already is. And it just, I mean, the beat knocks and everything about it. I mean, I love the track and it's great. You should listen to it. Like, if you like Adele and you like to dance, look up this remix. I'll put a link in the description bar to all the songs. But, you know, this song, fantastic. The next one is by an artist named Saigon. And if you haven't heard of Saigon, if you're a hip-hop artist, what the fuck are you doing? Seriously, you need to get up on this kid. Honestly, easily one of my favorite rappers of all time. And it's a song called Too Long. And it's featuring Black Thought, which is easily in my top 3 of favorite rappers of all time. So, obviously, out of obvious reasons, it should make the list. But not just that, the message is good on that, the beat is good, it's a bonus track, so you don't even know it's on there. I mean, it's just, everything about it is good. I love the song, I love the track. If I had more time to review it, I would, but you know, that would just take me too long, and I'm trying to keep this video short. So anyway, without further ado, the next song is called Rocky, and it's by The Lonely Island, and you know, I can't say too much about this song without giving it away, but basically it is absolutely hilarious, and it's actually one of the songs that I don't think The Lonely Island is going to make into a music video, and I would actually be really disappointed if they did make it into a music video, because it's so much better as just a song. It's their one song on that album that is just a song, and if you listen to it, you'll understand why, because they couldn't. If they made it into a video, it would ruin the entire experience. And honestly, you'll see what I mean when you listen to the song. Listen to the song seriously. The next one is by an artist called Killer Mike, and you might have heard of Killer Mike around 2004, 2005, when Outkast came out with their song, The Whole World. He was featured on the second verse, and then he came out with like Adidas, and then he kind of fell off after that. But I followed him since then, and he's come out with this album called Pledge, which is easily probably my top 3 favorite albums of this year so far. And it's a very good reason why. It's a little political and a little preachy, so if you don't like that whole preachy thing, you might want to stay away from this, but you'd really be missing out on a lot of really good tracks. But this song is called Ric Flair, and if you don't know who Ric Flair is, you need to look him up, because he is the bossiest boss that I've ever known of. And this track, like, literally personifies that entire experience of his bossness, you know. And it, like, the chorus is just his speeches, and it's just, the man is so cocky, so cocky. And honestly, he takes what the WWF glory days, and he shits on all of the professional wrestling has nowadays. Like, honestly, listen to the speeches back in the 80s and 90s, and then listen to the speeches now. They don't compare. And I'm not saying that because I'm an old guy and I like the old shit. I didn't even really like the WWF when I was younger, but it's just common knowledge. That's why a lot of people, well, I don't want to say a lot of people don't watch it, because obviously it's still popular, but the point is, the song is basically about how to make it out of the slums in the most stereotypical ways possible, which is absolutely hilarious in its own right if you look at it as a parody, which it is. When you look at the song, look at it in a different light, because it just is. I mean, every verse starts off with, to make it out the ice cold streets of the city, and then it just comes up with a stereotype after stereotype, whether it's like slinging dope or jumping hoops or stripping in the club, but it turns it on its head and makes fun of it. Like, pretty much what he's saying is, why do rappers try to tell kids to do this? Or that kind of thing. And it makes sense. It totally makes sense. But listen to the track. Honestly, one of my favorite tracks of this year so far. The next song is by a duo called Above and Beyond, and the song is called... Okay, let me tell you what I think about trance music and dubstep and electronica. I love it, but honestly, I've always thought that these songs are always interchangeable with the beat and the lyrics. I think that you could take any lyric, as long as it's kind of catchy, and put it to any dubstep, trance, electronica song, and it's still going to be good, just because you don't care about the lyrics, you care about the beat, because the beat's the one with the womp womps and all that other stuff. But this song, I cannot picture the lyrics being on anything else, and I cannot listen to this song just as an instrumental. That's how good I actually think this song is. It's about a breakup. A dance track about a breakup. In the most intimate part of the breakup, like literally right after the breakup, where you're sitting there alone, sitting there thinking, what just happened? That's this song, and I love it. I love the song. I love the video, because the video really personifies it really well. Definitely check that out. This next song is called by... Probably, maybe if you're hip, you've heard of... And I'm not trying to say that as being hip.